That huge guy is the reason this video almost didn't come out, and this baby, Triceratops, is the reason we still took the risk. Today, we're going to the biggest dinosaur park and pick up a new pet. His name is Trippy, and the plan sounds insane. I'm going to raise him into a giant at my house, and then take him to another continent, because if he stays here, he'll die. But before we even move toward the nursery, rules. And quick thing, if you like these pet simulations, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what creature I should raise next. We have 6 months, and for them to let me keep Trippy, he has to do 3 things. First, obey. Second, not get into fights. Third, successfully finish a race. If we fail, they take him back to the park, and that will be the biggest failure on my channel. We're in the park. There are dinosaurs here you can imagine, and there are dinosaurs you wouldn't want to meet even in a nightmare. The nursery. This is who we're here for. This little guy's name is Trippy. He lost his mom, and now they're trusting him to us. Look at his eyes. How could you not love him? And yeah, the race in 6 months. That sounds funny because right now he's about the size of, well, you can see it. But that's exactly why I agreed. While he's small, it's easier to tame him. And this is where what I didn't expect starts. The nursery doors closed. And when doors close in a place like this, that only means one thing. This park has a Giganotosaurus, a 7-meter problem. A week ago, it fought Trippy's mom, and she didn't make it. Right now, that monster is kept in the service zone. They don't show it to visitors. I grab the carrier, and we walk out of there like we stole something really valuable. Home. First thing I did was turn one of my rooms into a room for a Triceratops. Don't ask how much time and effort that cost me. The important thing is, he was happy. And this isn't just cute, it's protection, because predators exist here. And you'll see what I mean later. The first few days, Trippy refuses to eat his normal food. He's nervous, he's small, he doesn't have his mom, and the only thing that calms him down is warm milk. Yeah, he's obsessed. And I realized one thing. If Trippy doesn't want milk, that's an alarm. Right now he wants it, so we're working. I take him outside into the yard, and at one point, a shadow passes over us. An eagle. And yeah, but eagles wouldn't mind a prehistoric snack. I made him a yellow suit. You think I made it because it's cute? Yeah, but also because yellow scares off birds, and now it's not a costume. It's a protection system. Because one injury, and they'll pull us before we even start. A month later, I realized for the first time that we could lose everything. We went to train at a dog park, and the idea was good until we saw the dogs. Trippy is usually not aggressive, but this time he absolutely did not get along. This is what I mean by did not get along. And after that, the park called me. One more incident, and we take him back. No discussion. I hang up. Back then, I had no idea his ability to fight would end up saving my life. And for the first time, I really feel like this isn't a game. More time passes, and it gets worse. Because he grows faster than I thought. The yard gets small, the room gets small, everything gets small. And right then, the park gives us a chance. The first qualifying round. This was supposed to be our turn. Come on, we've got this. The run starts. Oh no. He just didn't run. He got into a fight again. We failed the qualifier, and it's not like we barely lost. It means if we don't change, they take him. And for the first time in my life, I look at my pet and think, maybe I can't do this. Don't look at me like that. And if you've got an idea how to train him, drop it in the comments. I'm serious. You're behaving really badly. That day I decided, Trippy gets one last chance. I build obstacles for him right in my yard. Look, ramps, he has to jump. A small pool, so he learns not to fear water. And the main thing, a runway, so he can build speed without hitting a wall in 3 seconds. He does it. 4th month. 2 months left until the race. And Trippy is not a baby anymore. Bad news, the yard is too small. He accelerates, and the yard ends. Good news, they lifted our ban on going outside. And I realized one thing. Trippy doesn't like walking. Trippy likes running. And yeah, people are filming. A lot of people are filming. Which means if he starts a fight again, everyone will see it. 5th month. 1 month left until the race. And this is where the nightmare begins. I wake up and realize something's wrong because Trippy didn't come demanding milk. I bring the bottle and he doesn't react. And that is scary. He's hot. Breathing hard. Won't stand. We drive to the vet. The doctor takes an x-ray, and then he points at 2 numbers on the monitor. He needs a dry, warm climate, otherwise you're going to lose him. That week was the longest week of my life. But later we found out the real problem wasn't the sickness. Race day. And Trippy is still weak. And honestly, this is the worst day to be weak. Because today decides everything. If he doesn't finish, the park takes him back. We arrive at the track. Crowd, noise. I kneel next to him and whisper, "Trippy, just finish. Don't be a hero, just finish. Start." At first he's heavy, and everything inside me drops, because I can see it's really hard for him. But then he hears the noise. He sees the others, and something switches on. I'm not losing. He speeds up. Not perfect, not the fastest, but enough. Finish line. He comes in, third, and I'm yelling like we just won the world championship, because third place is the place that gives us a chance. I run up to him, hug his neck. And he does what he always does. Looks at me like, "Where's the milk?" I give him milk. He takes a couple sips, and then his legs buckle. He sits, then lies down. And I realize that's not tired. And the doctor says a sentence I hate. He won't survive here. The climate doesn't fit him. He needs dry, warm air. I take him somewhere he'll breathe easier, which means Africa. We need a ship now. And you know what's the craziest part? We actually got lucky. But of course with one but. Because when I sign the loading papers, I see the second cargo item on the list. And that's what makes this video the most dangerous video I've ever filmed. We load Trippy. They set him up with a warm crate, blankets, lamps, water. I basically turn a corner of the ship into a Triceratops hospital room. Night. The ship is already out at sea, all around us, just water. And then the lights flicker. Once, twice. And with the lights, for a second, Trippy's lamp shuts off. I run to his crate, because if he gets cold again, we lose. And in that moment, we hear a metal bang. He tore the container apart. He was furious. Then he jumped straight into the open ocean, and I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll see him. Africa, savannah. And I'll be honest, I thought the scariest part stayed on the ship. I was wrong. A week passes, and for the first time in a long time, I see it. He stands up on his own. He walks on his own, and most importantly, he wants to eat again. First time out in the savannah. I thought he'd be careful, that he'd be scared. Yeah, sure. He steps out, sees all that space, and starts running in circles like a dog. Except it's a dog that weighs like a truck. And right where I always hate being, a body of water. I already know what happens when water shows up in the frame. We get closer, and I see a crocodile. Trippy takes a step. I take a step back. The crocodile moves, but you know what Trippy does? He just snorts. And the crocodile slowly slides back into the water. And I'm standing there realizing, and then I remember his weird obsession. He loves rhinos, and today he sees them in real life. A herd of rhinos. Trippy takes a step toward them, then another. The rhinos see him. One steps forward, drops its head, and I realize we're about to get a short lesson in how the savannah works. The rhino charges. Trippy jumps away, but still gets hit in the side. Not deadly, but enough for him to understand. Nobody here was waiting for him. But in that moment, a sentence comes over the radio that makes my insides go cold. Giganotosaurus. That cargo. That 7-meter problem. And, apparently, he didn't just get out. He went into the savannah, which means he didn't escape. He walked into a world where you can hunt. Panic starts. Rangers in vehicles. People with flashlights. Everyone on radios. And the scariest part, in the savannah you don't see him first. First you see animals start running. Birds take off. Antelopes scatter. Zebras bolt. And only then you understand why. We hear a roar. Deep, low. The kind that makes the air vibrate. And I realize he's close. And then I see the rhinos. The same ones. They're bunched up, nervous, staring at one spot. And out of that spot he steps. Giganotosaurus. He's not running. He's walking slowly, like he's not in a hurry at all. And the rhinos do what they do. They move forward. And for a second I think, maybe they can handle this. But the Giganotosaurus takes a step closer, and the herd starts backing up. Because this isn't a fight. This is a hunt. And right then, Trippy does something I did not expect at all. He sees the rhinos, his favorites. The same ones who just made him feel like an outsider. And he still goes toward them. He breaks away and runs. Not fast like the race, heavy with force. And the Giganotosaurus notices him. And in my head, there's one thought. That's it. It's over. But Trippy doesn't hit him head on. He comes in from the side, low, and at the last second he drives his horns in, right into the ribs. The Giganotosaurus jerks, roars, tries to turn, and Trippy circles again and hits again. And then the most important thing happens. The Giganotosaurus backs off, not because he was scared, but because he understood. There's someone here who will fight. And I'm standing there in shock, because my baby, who drank milk and brought sticks, just pushed back a 7-meter problem. Silence. The savannah is practically ringing. The rhinos stand there staring at Trippy, and one rhino steps forward, comes close, sniffs him, and doesn't hit him, doesn't chase him off, just stands right next to him. Like it's saying, all right, you're one of us. And for the first time, Trippy relaxes. And that's when it hits me, because I realize one thing. I wanted to take him to another continent to save him. But it turns out, if you want the next one, subscribe and comment what animal I should simulate next. I brought him home. Pause. I kneel down, scratch his neck. Trippy, thank you. You did what I couldn't, and I promise I won't keep you where you're suffering anymore. I stand up, step back. The rhinos stay near him, and Trippy walks into the savannah, and I watch him go, and I realize this is the right decision, and the hardest decision of my life. And yeah, the Giganotosaurus is still out there somewhere, in the tall grass, and if think this is the end, you just don't know how 7-meter problems were.